Hey, sixth grade. If you're not yet finished with language lesson 4, which is due on Thursday, April 16th, then you should not be watching this video. This is a video with answers from lesson 4, and it is review for the quiz on Friday. I just wanted to put this out a while so that you have this to review. But please get lesson 4 finished before you listen to this video in language. So this is technically the video for April 16th, Thursday, lesson 4, and it's also going to have quiz 1 review, which you will be taking on Friday. So let's just look a little bit at lesson 4. The first part of lesson 4, you're supposed to circle coordinating conjunctions and underlining correlative conjunctions. In number 1, you have correlative conjunctions. You should have not only and but also underlined. Okay, on the top there you have a list of the coordinating conjunctions and then the correlative conjunctions, the pairs that go with each other. Number 3, you're supposed to write the sentence as a compound sentence using a comma and a coordinating conjunction. Joel peered into the storm, comma, but all he could see was a wall of snow. Something like that. Try to use coordinating conjunctions that make sense with the situation. Okay? You could also have Joel peered into the storm, comma, and all he could see was a wall of snow. And or but would be the best conjunctions to use there. Number 5, this is talking about things being parallel. Number 4 is parallel. For supper, Ruth made fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, and carrot salad. So all those things are connected with a conjunction, and they're all the same. They're all written in the same way. Mashed potatoes, fried chicken, green beans, carrot salad. Number 5, Jerry and Kent followed the strange footprints along the river, through some bushes, and went into a cave. All right, so what you should do then for numbers 4 through 6, number 7, you're supposed to correct number 5. All you would really have to do in number 5 is cross out the went to make that parallel. All right, you want just prepositional phrases there connected with the and. And if you notice how those are connected in the diagrams, the second one there, I don't know that we've ever run into a diagram like this where we have a series of prepositional phrases. So look at that second diagram on page 17. Paula hid clues inside a book, behind the mirror, and under a vase. So you have that series of prepositional phrases, and the and, you see how they have the and. Those 3 prepositional phrases are all connected. They're modifying hid, and they're all connected with and. They have the dotted line through it and just the and there somewhere. So, yeah, I don't know that we've ever diagrammed one exactly like that. Look at the diagram for number 9. I don't have that one on the board, but we're just going to talk about it a little bit. It's a fairly basic one. You have the subject, we, and the verb is will leave, or apostrophe LL leave. Turn that apostrophe LL, that's a verb, we will. So we is the subject, will leave is the verb. And then you have this prepositional phrase, on either Monday or Tuesday. So your prepositional phrase, on, objects of the preposition Monday, Tuesday, and then put both of those correlated conjunctions, either or, put there with the dotted lines there in your rocket for Monday and Tuesday. Here is the diagram for number 11. This is lesson 4, page 18, number 11. So don't be watching this if you haven't done it yet, please. Compound verbs, three verbs, and they all 3 have direct objects. And here's the conjunction, okay? Dad fixed the screen door, direct object. Straight line, direct object. What got fixed? Door. And cleaned, what received the cleaning? Gutters, direct object. The rain gutters. And mowed, what got mowed? Lawn, the lawn. All right? So you have, simply a subject with 3 verbs, compound verb. Remember, that is a simple sentence. Okay, it's just one sentence, but it has the compound verbs in it. So that is what that diagram should look like. Number 13, write whether each underlined word is used as a noun, pronoun, verb, or adjective. Number 13, a maple tree, that is an adjective. But mine is a burgundy, that is a pronoun. That's a possessive pronoun. Just pronoun is fine there. Number 17, you're supposed to underline adjectives, put parentheses around adjective phrases. Your adjectives are a and the cabin. A is an article modifying feather, saying which feather, and the cabin modified chimney. And then you should have of smoke in parentheses. Number 25, your quiz on Friday, quiz 1 will have a couple sentences like this. A car was stopped along the road with a flat tire. Okay, well, we know that the road didn't actually have a flat tire, so put flat tire over there with car. A car with a flat tire was stopped along the road. Or, like a man was riding a horse with a cowboy hat. Funniest looking horse you ever saw. Right? Just put the, that's misplaced prepositional phrases, basically what that is. Put the prepositional phrase in the right place. 27, the adverbs would be so and much. Much is modifying the verb pleased. To what extent were they pleased? Much. And how much? So much. So you have an adverb modifying an adverb. So and much. All right, let's talk a little bit about what will be on quiz number 1. Quiz number 1 you will take on Friday. I will remind you Friday morning to make sure you take that quiz. All right, and along with that, I'll maybe give you the list of things that you're supposed to take home or deliver on Friday. But yeah, we'll get to that. Quiz number 1. Recognize indefinite pronouns. Let me write some stuff down. You want indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. Is that on the camera? Let me make sure all that's on the camera. Yes, it is. All right. You have a section where you simply need to underline the indefinite pronouns. So recognize them, and they are on your reference sheet. Okay, you'll be allowed to use your reference sheet for this. And indefinite pronouns are on your reference sheet. You will have a section where you need to recognize, and this has to do with adjectives, okay? Please, no adjectives. There are lots of adjectives in sentences, okay? All the words that modify nouns and pronouns. Which one? Okay? Our house. Our is an adjective saying, well, that would be actually whose house, right? Our red house. Red would be what kind of house? Which one, what kind, whose, how many, all right? Our 5 red houses. Our 5 red. That's a how many. All modifying house. Which one, what kind? That house. That would be saying which house. Okay, which one, what kind, how many, and whose. And there are lots of adjectives. Okay, there's a part here, there are 5 sentences, 7 sentences where you're supposed to circle the predicate adjectives, underline the other adjectives, put parentheses around adjective phrases, that's prepositional phrases that modify adjectives. Remember, prepositional phrases that modify adjectives, or that modify nouns or pronouns, come right after the nouns or pronouns they modify. And they answer the same questions: which one, what kind, how many, and whose. And participles. Participles are adjectives that look like verbs. Okay, I'm going to put a sentence up here, and this will show you a little bit what's going on. Okay, this is nothing to do with your indefinite pronouns. This is adjectives. Adjectives. Predicate adjectives. Participles. And adjective phrases. Okay, that's one whole section that's going to be on your quiz. And this sentence has to do with that. Actually, sorry. Skip a line so we have room to do stuff. The water in the swiftly running stream was cool and fresh. All right, check out that sentence. The water in the swiftly running stream was cool and fresh. Now the directions are: circle the predicate adjectives, underline all the other adjectives, put parentheses around adjective phrases, and put a check mark above participles. What are predicate adjectives? And are there any predicate adjectives in here? Predicate adjectives are adjectives that follow a linking verb and they rename the subject. All right, so let's find the subject. Water was verb. Is there anything that follows the was that describes water? All right, predicate adjectives, and you're supposed to circle. So circle predicate adjectives. Cool and fresh. Water was cool, fresh. These are predicate adjectives. Predicate adjective. Circle. Underline all other adjectives. All other adjectives. Oh, now we underline the subject, right? Well, I'm going to label this. Now, we'll just get rid of the lines here now, okay? Underline the adjectives. The. What else? The running stream was cool and fresh. What is swiftly? Now we have an interesting phenomenon here. This doesn't happen often. What is, well, let's ask this. So we have adjectives. The, running, right? Are there any participles? Participles is an adjective that looks like a verb, okay? It's a verb form, but it acts as an adjective. running stream. The stream was running. That would be a verb, okay? The horse ran fast or was running fast. That's a verb. But in this case, it is an adjective, so you underline it, but you also check it because it's a participle. All right? What is swiftly? Swiftly running stream. Well, is there an adjective phrase in here? Describing water. The water, which water? In the swiftly running stream. So there you have a prepositional phrase describing water. All right? Swiftly, because we have this participle, which is a verb form, then we also happen to have an adverb. All right? This is an adverb and not an adjective. We have talked about the fact that most times in most prepositional phrases, you have the preposition, you have the object of the preposition, which is either a noun or a pronoun, and everything in between is an adjective, all right, or adjectives usually. But in this case, because we have this verb form, we also have an adverb, how swiftly, or how was he running swiftly. So this happens to be an adverb and not an adjective. Now, I don't think you'll have something like that in your quiz tomorrow. But this is what the quiz will look like. Adjectives. Underline all the adjectives. The, and running. Then it will say go back and check a participle. So the participles will be underlined and checked. Okay? Parentheses around adjective phrases. Only around adjective phrases. And circle predicate adjectives. Okay, so there's a lot in there. I think there are 28 adjectives, all right, that you underline, either underline or circle. And I might tell you specifically how many predicate adjectives there are and things like that. So we'll see. But yeah, there's predicate adjectives to circle, there's adjectives to underline, and there are a couple participles and several prepositional phrases, and the number is all there, so check that points possible. There are two diagrams, and they're not horribly complicated, and there is a part where you need to label the parts of speech. It has a couple sentences or a paragraph, and every once in a while it randomly numbers a word, number 1, and then you're supposed to put the part of speech that is. Part of speech, not the function, not direct object, indirect objects, those kinds of things, but noun, verb, preposition, pronouns. All right, I will touch base with you Friday morning before you take this quiz, just to catch you up on some more things. So, have a good day.